I believe that I am the best Street Fighter 6 player in the world, for sure.
If that big one,
Dude, this is insane.
MenaRD, Evo Japan 2024 champion!
why not? Cycle from full screen is gonna be okay. No, never mind!
But Mena now one hit away. Oh, there it is! MenaRD
2025 Street Fighter 6 champion, MenaRD, no end in sight.
I'm always gonna believe I'm the best because I am competing. I have to believe I'm the best, or else I'm admitting that there's somebody I can't beat. There was like this kind of iron bars, and I used to be able to fit in there, and those led to the window of the room of my brother. So I used to stand there and opening the window and peeking and seeing him play with other guys that came to visit from other cities. But I couldn't go because my mom and my dad, they were like, you know, they're too grown, you have to study, you have to come to the cafeteria and help us. And I remember some days where they just didn't mind. They were like, okay, you can go. And I just went and I met people from different cities and I met people from all walks of life just playing with my brother, and I was able to learn and talk to them. And I remember how happy I felt. Like, oh my God, I get to watch him and I get to learn from him and I get to play with him. And that was just in the Dominican community. So these people today are my friends and people that I play with, but back then they were like heroes and myths, you know? The first major I was able to go and have a decent result and like make an impression was Fighting Fest 2012. And the first major I won that was an injustice was called Gaming de Película. It was in a theater, in a movie theater, in 2013. It's always difficult for Dominicans to be able to travel because not only the financial repercussions, like most of us didn't have the money just for the ticket, for where we're gonna stay, the difference in the food, registration. It's a lot of money, it's a lot of commitment that I didn't have. I didn't have a single dime. And I remember that when it was finally my turn, like getting the visa itself was this crazy thing, like, oh, I get to visit the United States. This is, most people in my country never get to, you know? So, and we always want to because of baseball. We see these huge stadiums and this culture and movies, and we never get to. So getting that opportunity was insane already, but then being able to see all of these professional players and all these stars at the same place together playing was supposed to be this crazy thing where it was like, oh my God, this is like movie stars. But then when I finally got to Anaheim in Orange County, where they like the level up, that local that was there, and I saw all these dudes playing, I was like, they're very good. But these are just dudes playing a game. So I think I can beat them, you know? Like, I think if I'm able to travel and I can keep doing my thing, I think I can be here and beat these dudes. So I went back with that mentality, like, oh, this is just, you know, one more dojo to beat. This is just one more tournament to win. And when I went with that mentality back there, then everybody was like, oh, there's a change. There's this confidence. What is happening?
I like the winner of this to win the whole thing because I like how they match up with what would come next.
Yeah, of course, MenaRD from the Dominican Republic. Just that scene has been killing it all year long. So many strong players from there.
I talk about my confidence and all of that, but the first tournament I actually won outside of the Dominican Republic was Capcom Cup 2017 because I travel a lot and I got second in a lot of tournaments. I had like great showings, so-called regionals.
I feel like it's one person.
I got him out of the air. Jump jab did not work.
Oh,
Air to air.
wow.
Oh, EX.
EX! Not quite enough to kill. It can. Oh, and then just a frame trap with a stand medium punch, and guess what? It feels like NL is winning, but MenaRD has the lead.
A lot of these tournaments I did really good. I got a sponsorship and all of that, but I never won a big tournament outside of DR. I won a Capcom Pro Tour event called Game Over 2017, but it was in Santo Domingo. It had international players, but it was in DR. But until Capcom Cup 2017, which was the big one, the World Championship, I didn't actually win anything.
You know Mena's holding those
Holding
buttons
that.
right now.
Nice escape from the corner there from Shen. Okay, come on, grab.
Oh, it's 2 more mix-ups.
Oh,
1.
jumps out
He
there.
got
Where
it!
you
He got it!
MenaRD, Lazientia, critical art. Big damage.
It's
just
not
about
enough!
right.
Oh, what is it going to be?
Oh!
He got it! MenaRD! Senciendo losers!
2017 means so much to me that my life before 2017 got blurry. I don't really connect to those memories. I'm like, who was this going through this, you know, going through this struggle, going through this memory, this fantasy. I like wishing and even crying. Like, I wish I could go out of the country. I wish I could compete in tournaments. And this is my life right now. So it feels so different, so far away, you know?
EX. She doesn't have the V-trigger to punish that.
And Kazunoko's smart enough to know not to try to hit it with a move that was going to be whiff punishable. Oh,
nice.
delayed
Oh, but he
by...
doesn't get a combo. That's what makes the matchup so hard.
Honestly, Capcom Cup 2017, I was just trying my best, preparing with my boys and just asking for help as much as I could. And being confident, you know, that people weren't going to be prepared for me because I was an underdog. I didn't even believe 100% I was going to win. I was like, okay, I'm going to win, but I had some doubts, like, it's hard, you know? I can do it, but it's hard. But everybody else was like, no, you can't do it. You're not going to, it's impossible. And that motivated me more. I was like, oh, I can't do it? Okay. I like that, you know? I've always been the kind to, I perform better when I'm underestimated, when people sleep on me. Yeah, that's when the real me comes out. So when that happened, when people were just saying that I had no chance, I was like, you know, I have to prove them wrong. I have to show them that they're just trash talking. You know, this is what you're saying is not valuable, and I'm gonna show you why.
But again, it's over. He's done it. MenaRD has taken Kazunoko into the loser's bracket. That Bullhorn was his best friend throughout the set. And what a way to finish it. Bullhorn to critical art.
MenaRD advances in the winners.
During the event, I blacked out. I wasn't feeling anything. I wasn't thinking about anything. It was just God and me. I have a lot of faith. I believe in God like no one else. Like I'm very connected to him, and at that moment I was just talking to him the whole time. Like, okay, this happened. What does this mean? You know, like I was talking to a coach, and it's God itself. So maybe I sound delusional, maybe I sound crazy, but when I'm completely like alone with my thoughts, I'm not really alone. I'm always with God. And that's what I was thinking. At that match, including like I fought Daigo, and I remember that I felt a little bit uncomfortable when I was gonna fight him because I had a cross. I had a chain with a cross, and I took it off.
And at home is probably going to hear him as well. Air to air, threw him because he knew he was going to be scared of the can. All right, once again, that V reversal in that situation.
Oh, he's looking for super. You can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Daigo just saw it as well. He's not going to give it to him. I love the change of approach from Daigo. As soon as he saw that little wiggle.
I instantly lost the first game, and I was like, wait, why did I... Why did I do that? You know, I don't feel connected. So I put it back on, and you can see it in the video that I do that. And I just kept thinking about my family. You know, what will my dad say if I get scared? You know, how will my family feel if I lose because I didn't want to keep going and not because, you know, they were better than me. I just gave it to them. I felt like I have to show them where I come from. I have to show them my grit. That was my main motivator. I didn't have room to think about anything else.
MenaRD, no more meter. No meter, and Daigo sitting on a full. Oh, but a jump in. Beats the anti-air from Daigo. Look at this life lead now.
Oh, Mena has a series. Can he get it? Cages. Anti-air wasn't there.
Oh,
Mena!
he takes it up, and he gets the stun. MenaRD, one hit. There it is. Capcom Cup, top 8. He will be playing on Sunday at the PlayStation Experience on the winner's side.
2017 just changed everything like this.
One more. Gonna do it.
One more.
No, not quite.
Mena is on the verge of doing it. Tokido has to stay alive. He can't get touched. If that big boy, he does it.
There it is, MenaRD. He's your Capcom Cup 2017 champion, coming from the losers bracket. The DR boys are up there celebrating their main man right now, MenaRD.
But But Tokido became my favorite player because of what happened after the tournament. Tokido, after I won the cup, I remember he was heartbroken because that year he dominated everything. He won Evo, he won Brooklyn Beatdown, and if he had won the cup, that was probably going to be the greatest year. He was just going to be flat out the best. And he lost to somebody that was new. It was like, who is this? You know, coming out of nowhere and taking away the title. And I remember he was crying. He was just feeling it backstage. So I was like, this is a lot of pain, and I can understand the frustration. But then the next day, he visits my room, and the check is there. And he goes, we're talking. There's a Dominican crew. I don't know the guy. I know he's just a legend. They're all in the room like, you know, this is Tokido. And he goes into a room full of Dominican strangers, people that, you know, he doesn't know. They're just loud. And he goes, grab the checks and tells me, I know this is probably a lot of money for you and that it could change your life, but please don't retire. There's so much more you can do with your fighting game career. And I was like, oh, you know, this is, if this guy is saying it, you know, I can really follow it. And he went to my room, played with us, talked with us, ate with us. For no reason, right after having the worst loss probably of his entire year. And I was like, this level of, he's so humble and respect the sport so much that he just came to my room to tell me this message. Like, he instantly became my favorite player. After 2017 and then like 2018 to 2022, I had to grow so much. You know, I still had some results here and there, won some tournaments, Texas Showdown, Kumite in Tennessee, and I had some showings, qualify for Cup, but at the same time, I had to grow a lot as a person and as a competitor to be able to reach the top again and stay there. I was too young and I didn't really understand what was in play, so I let the emotions get the best of me all the time. When I lost, I just, you know, thought the world was falling apart. I remember I let the outside things, you know, personal matters just throw me off my game. And those years were just learning, and then the pandemic, that was insanity for me. I had to learn a lot and put things into perspective. In the pandemic, I almost lost my mom. My brother was in a coma for weeks, the brother that taught me how to play. I had to see that life was more than the game. You know, the game is part of life, but life is just what it is. It's not a game at all. And playing a game is a privilege. So I had to put things into perspective and learn from it. And as soon as I was able to grow and understand that my position was privilege, no matter what happened, and that I was living out my dream no matter the result, then I was able to start having, you know, the results that I wanted and was able to perform as I wanted again.
This is Even Stevens, gets hit with the target combo and backs up. Oh my God! No! Time is on his side!
MenaRD takes it, time over! Oh
Yo!
my God.
They was fighting for land, they was fighting for real estate. You want to talk about high-level Street Fighter? You really want to talk about high-level Street Fighter? We saw it there, and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. MenaRD is yours. Blink Esports, Respawn champion. Make some noise, y'all.
2022, before Street Fighter League, I remember the pandemic was just like, it was just ending. And some places were like opening up, but not Japan. Japan was completely locked down. And I was like, bro, I have the resources, I have the support. I want to go and practice, because in the pandemic, a lot of people didn't want to get together. I could only practice with the same players over and over and over. And I had this crazy idea. I was like, you know what? I'm going to write the Japanese embassy a letter. I don't lose anything. I'm going to write them a letter and ask them if they can let me go. So I wrote a letter to the Japanese embassy in the Dominican Republic. You know, I want to go to Japan to practice for this event. And surprisingly, they were like, you know what? That sounds really cool. Here's a visa. There's a visa so you can visit Japan, not as a tourist. And you can just go and practice. And I went there, started practicing, and every single player helped me get better. And that's what led to an amazing performance in Street Fighter League, and that's what led to an amazing performance in Capcom Cup that year, which I won. So I made that a tradition. I was like, you know what, I worked out once, I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna go to Japan every year before my big events, before Street Fighter League, and see how it goes. And to this day, it's undefeated.
Iota amount of damage. We will take that. He's trying to bait the EX Bullhorn activation, I
The
feel.
dash check again from MenaRD. How many times has he found success?
He's dead, that's it, that's it, that's
dead. And that's going to be MenaRD taking it down convincingly against the biggest threat that we've seen thus far. 3-1. Let me fix my face. It's MenaRD who is actually the big bull threat.
For the 2023 and the second Capcom Cup championship, a lot of things, had happened in my life. And one of those things was the year before, December 2022, I moved to the United States and I had to leave the Dominican Republic. And I remember that everything was changing, and I came here in a position where it was, this is not where I want to be financially. Even after winning the first cup, after all those years, helping and doing the things that I had to do, it wasn't where I wanted to be, and I was in the States. If I wanted to buy a house, if I wanted to help my family, it was going to cost more. So as soon as I came here and I saw the effort that my mom was putting in here to take care of us, to take care of my sister, and all of the things that were happening, that was my motivation. I was like, you know what? I have to do it for my family, and I have to show myself that I can do it again, that I have it in me, and that if I'm able to play at my best again, I am the winner that I always thought I was. And that's the first and last time I've ever cried winning a tournament. And you can see it. There's videos of me winning tournaments everywhere, but that's the only time I've ever cried. I couldn't help it, because it was like I finally get to give my family a good life here. My mom, I know, is proud of me, and I knew I was gonna be able to do it again. Even though 2017 changed my life the most, the second cup is the most important tournament I've ever won.
Feet planted as he tries to move forward. Activation, why not? Psycho from full screen is gonna be okay. No, never mind. It's MenaRD. 2016 was Knuckle Dude. 2017 was this man right here. 2018 was Gachikun. 2019, Idom. And 2023, Capcom Cup 9 champion, two-timer, MenaRD.
Evo 2023 was very interesting. I remember that I didn't go with a mentality of I have to win. The game was new, and as soon as the game came out, I was like, oh, I'm struggling, this is hard. But instantly, like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, like really fast, I won CEO, the largest tournament I've ever won with 1,000 people. And then I was like, oh, I'm actually figuring out this pretty well. I'm doing really good.
Okay, yeah, okay. Oh! And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Bull on top of the world once again. Your CEO, 2023 Street Fighter 6 champion. Give it up.
So I was like, oh, maybe I'll do really good. I just have to play, enjoy the game, and maybe I'll do really good. And that's what happened. I just went with this enjoying it mentality. I figured out I was getting pretty tired in the middle of the tournament. I was like, I have to take care of myself. I have to find somewhere to lay down, somewhere to, But because SF6 grew the scene so much, so fast, many people were helping me. Man, what do you need? You need this, you need water, you need to sit down, take my seat. So I was like, oh, things are changing, and I'm no longer playing just for what I thought I was. I have a lot of fans too watching me, and I have to make those people proud, and I have to carry myself differently.
Evos since then, and then 19 for Tokido. He's been to so many. Oh my.
Yo, somebody give me a picture of that. I'm putting that on my wall.
Before Street Fighter 6 came out, a month before it came out, we had this event called Topanga. and Tokido was the champion. So Street Fighter 6 was gonna come out. He was doing a lot more content, a lot more active in his YouTube. And I remember we went out after the tournament to celebrate his win. And you know, we were eating together and all of that, and it came full circle. And that night I told him, I don't know what you're thinking, because the way he was talking was more of going through the content side, and I was like, but I have to ask you to please not retire, because I think there's a lot more you can give. So give me one more Street Fighter where we can fight and have our finals again. And he said, let's do it, you know? So Evo 2023, instantly being able to fight with Tokido in an Evo stage, I told him like, yo, let's do something special. Let's give it a show. And I was like, let's do it. And we just went for it, you know, and it made that set, it's one of the best sets in my entire career.
He could have done level 3 there. I don't think it would have reached though.
He's a little afraid. Oh my God, he's got another 2 for the install. 2 in 1 round. Uh-oh, plus frames.
Oh!
MenaRD! He takes out Tokido in loser semis 3-2. The clutch on the level 2. The awareness for that combo in our grand finals of Evo.
Yeah, screams, the last match, y'all, go ahead. Yeah!
The feeling of being at Evo finals and, you know, basically like standing at a precipice, it's that the void and you are one. It's not a big thing, it's just one thing and you, and I saw the crowd as that. I remember that I turned back around and they were doing this thing with the cell phone lights, and it felt like a sea of lights, and I was just like, this is just one thing. This is the FGC watching me play. It's not 10,000 people, it's just the FGC and me, and I'm gonna give him this show. And it was extremely special, you know, just looking around and fighting one of my best friends overall. Like Angry Bird is somebody, we were teammates in Street Fighter League, and just somebody that I respect and love so much. And sharing that moment with him was incredible. And then I remember in the finals, you know, I reset the bracket, I'm doing everything.
Mena with the hit, the perfect knuckle, it's enough, we've got a reset!
But I have a controller, my controller disconnects.
Don't say Jay.
You had to do it, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it's burnout.
Yeah.
Oh, not the dual sense.
And this guy, this asshole, he tells me, don't worry about it, connect and let's keep playing. And I'm like, oh my God. When he did that, I was like, I don't want to beat this guy. And like, this is, what a cool competitor, you know? I didn't lose because of that, but it was such a reminder, like I'm fighting this amazing guy. Then he won, and it was just completely bittersweet. For one side, I was like, bro, I had the chance to win Evo and I lost it right there at the finish line. But at the same time, I was extremely happy for him, extremely happy. I was like, you deserve it. And then he won, I stand up, I look over there, and when I look over there, he's crying. I'm like, oh my God, you deserve it, you know, he deserved it. And I told him, when I won Capcom Cup, the second one, he sent me a beautiful message, and I told him, I want to be there the moment when it's your turn that you win a world championship. And he kept telling me that when he won, like, you told me that you were going to be there, and it was that you won it from me.
The trade goes to the knuckle, it doesn't reach, and that'll do it. Angry Bird, your Street Fighter 6 Evolution 2023 champion. All the way through over 7,000 competitors. An incredible run in that loser side for Mena. But there it is, his first time in Evolution Top 8, his first time in Grand Finals, and his first win. You can see the emotion on his face, Angry Bird. Incredible stuff.
He needs to find a way out, but he's not gonna have any meter for the comeback this time.
Perfect parry.
He's got the level 3. Weekend Pleasure is not gonna be scaled enough. This is it. Fudo is going to eliminate MenaRD, and MenaRD will go out tied here in 13th place.
Before Evo Japan 2024, Capcom Cup had happened, and I won Street Fighter League, but I lost Capcom Cup in such a sad way. Then I was like, you know what? My season is over. I'm done. I remember I went to the R, and I was like, I'm just gonna chill, vacation. And then a friend of mine called Damaso from the Bandits team. He was like, are you sure your season is over? Do you want to finish like this? I was like, what do you mean? He was like, well, there's Red Bull Kumite and there's Evo Japan. You don't want an Evo title? I was like, you know what? I'll do it for you. I went to Red Bull Kumite.
This is your shot, the shimmy. MenaRD is your Red Bull Kumite New York champion.
The most dominant performance I ever had in my life. It felt divine. Went to New York, full of Dominicans. I was like, what is going on, you know? So it felt like I had to be there. And Evo Japan, I was like, you know what? God is telling me to go. So I just went to that tournament, lived the Japan experience, all the fans, everything. I was like, I have the chance to win Evo, you know? I have to do this. And I just went full force. I didn't have any pressure. I was just locked in completely. So, yeah, Evo Japan 2024. I was just completely locked in. I thought I was going to win from the get-go. As soon as I was there, I was like, yeah, I'm going to win.
Yeah, it was. The way Blanca's body contorted, like, perfectly avoided the anti-air. And MenaRD right in that jump into victory.
I see you, Mena.
When I'm going to play the Evo Japan 2024 finals, I was not thinking about Vegas at all. I think I told you I gave that moment to Angry Bird. I was like, I'm fine with it. I'm completely fine with it. But I remember in the finals, I had to play Kakeru, and it's somebody that I've never beaten before. He was destroying me. So it was like, you know, when you're following a rat and there's nowhere else for the rat to run. So it's like, I gotta fight. And I was the whole time pulling for the other guys. Please get him out of here. Eliminate him. Please beat Kakeru. But then he was in the finals, and I started seeing red. I was like, I'm not losing. I'm not gonna lose an Evo again. And if it's you, if it's anybody, I don't care. So I started seeing red. I got angry. I was like, I'm gonna destroy him. And I remember with him, I didn't talk. I was just looking at him. I was like, I'm gonna kill you. And he was like, okay, you know, let's go. I don't ever think about my speeches when I win. It's what I feel at the moment. It's just somebody that likes to write, somebody that's, you know, I'm very dramatic, man. I love, I feel things very deeply. And at that moment, all that was in my mind was, you know, Japan has treated me so well. The fans, everything. I remember Gachi-kun brought his daughter with a uniform that said MenaRD, a Bandits uniform. I was like, the love here is insane. And then I beat Kakeru in that way, and I challenged him, and when he lost, it was just very sportsmanlike. Everybody was clapping for me. I just got overwhelmed. I was like, this is insane, the respect they have for the sport here. So that's what came to my mind, to my heart, and I said it.
I know this is the birthplace of Street Fighter and the birthplace of fighting games. I may have born in the Dominican Republic, but Japan is also the birthplace of MenaRD. Why? Because MenaRD is pure Street Fighter. This is all I am. Thank you so much for all of your support, and all I have to say is, arigatou gozaimasu.
But it's time for grand finals, baby. Evo Red Bull MenaRD going up against Fab Gaming Ryukichi for the grand prize of Evo Japan 2025. Let's get it!
Because of how hard I work in my mentality for Evo Japan 2025, I expected it. And Kava was there this time. I was like, because last year I was alone. This year I want Kava to see it, and he goes up the stage with the flag. The Dominican ambassador in Japan is randomly there for no reason. This is his first experience in the country. And I have a lot of people just losing their minds. But for me, I'm calm. I'm like, this is what I do. You know, this is what I do. I just win. And I was hit, of course, with the being grateful with God for giving me this position. Like all of this time, I'm like, thank you so much for showing me every day that I can be better. And also, I want to go further. I want to see how far I can take this. And this is where I am today. And it started at Evo Japan 2025.
He needs to somehow land this CA right here, though.
I love that fireball, too, because it was as Mena's meter was running out. But Mena now one hit away. Oh, and there it is. MenaRD, back-to-back Evo Japan Street Fighter 6 champion.
Evo Japan 2025 for me was, of course, special, but it was different. It was a different kind of special. I remember that it was the birth of who I am right now and the way I compete right now. Before that, Red Bull Kumite again was a pretty good performance from a terrible year I was having, and I was figuring it out. I was like, you know what? Again, the season's over. I was in this crazy character crisis. I was like, the season's over. I'm just gonna enjoy Blanca. But then in that tournament, I remember I'm talking with Kava about stoicism. He's pretty deep into it. And we go hit the gym, and I start reading all these things about improving outside of the game, having a better mentality, having better control of your emotions, being able to deal with pressure, being comfortable in the uncomfortable. All of these crazy concepts that I knew a little bit before, but I never applied. And I remember I woke up one morning and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get lost in this city and I'm going to make it back. I went ahead, dropped my cell phone in the hotel room, started walking randomly in Tokyo. Randomly, just walking somewhere, anywhere. And then when I got finally lost in the city, I was like, I believe I'm going to make it back. I don't need a GPS, nothing. I'm not going to get scared, nothing. So, and I made it back. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to start doing all of these things that I have to tackle to improve and face my fears. And this is on a life level. Since then, I've tackled my fear of the ocean, didn't know how to swim, of the dark. You know, I always used to need light to sleep. Like little things that you don't really... I'm doing it every single day. If something I don't want to do, I do it. The cold, I hated the cold. And I bet that today you couldn't tell because I came with a light Celtics jacket. But I tackled it. I was like, I'm going to be exposed to the cold. Nothing's going to happen to me. And that started at Evo Japan. And I remember I went to the tournament, and that's the new me. I went out there and I was like, this is just kids playing a game. They don't know they have a psycho in this tournament, you know? I'm losing my mind. And I went to the tournament with that mentality, being completely delusional. And yeah, it's just, what can you do? You know, if I really believe I'm gonna win and you hesitate for a moment, doesn't matter if we're evenly skilled. I believe I'm gonna win, and you didn't for a moment, so.
He's on the stage, MenaRD here in North America.
He's not even looking in his direction. He's not even acknowledging the fact that he's waiting for him on the stage. He's getting ready. That's what I'm talking about.
When I walked out of the backstage, I hear everybody cheering. And I had a little idea. So I peeked a little bit, and I see that he's standing up. And I start thinking, oh, he thinks he can beat me. You know, he's coming for revenge. I walk out, and I see that he does the stare down. He's just waiting for me. So I stare him down, and it's very different. Usually when I stare people down, I'm very quiet, just looking at them. But this time, I was trying to rattle him. I was like, you know, you did this because you think I had my guard down, but I was waiting for you. I was waiting for somebody to test me. And it became, again, I will kill you. You know, I will ruin you. That's what it was. He changed my demeanor in 1 second. When I saw him standing up, I was like, oh, so you're coming for me now, okay.
Mena with a chance, tries to bait something. Kakadu does not bite. But Mena might. Oh my God, plus frames. Forward, hitting a bunch of space. Now he goes for the hop. He committed. Kakeru, the drop. What a chance now for Mena. He goes for the command grab. The punish counter for the kill. He's right all along as he marches to winner's side grand finals here at Evo.
This is it, ladies and gentlemen. I present to you yet again the grand finals. Kakeru versus MenaRD.
I didn't have in my mind, oh, this is Evo, you know, I'm finally gonna get the big chip. I'm just playing and thinking, and I'm sleeping, like in my mind, I'm sleeping and my opponent's like, he doesn't know what's gonna hit him. He's not ready for what I'm gonna do. You know, he's trying his best. I even feel bad. He's trying his best, but you know, there's nothing he can do. And I kept this mentality up and working with the guys. You know, my brother was there. I was asking him for help, asking Kaba for help, asking everybody for help about their knowledge and just exchanging information with everybody and trying to be as optimal as possible. So it's less about the stakes and the name of the event and, you know, all of that is more about my performance. And that's all I had in my mind.
Damage, jump back, medium kick. No way! Was that
One hit away. One hit away indeed. Double drive rush. He has the level 3. And MenaRD cannot be denied 2 times here in Japan. And now your Evolution 2025 Street Fighter 6 champion, MenaRD. No end in sight.
For me, Evo is the pinnacle of fighting game career. I feel like winning an Evo it means that you're able to achieve anything fighting game wise. If you're an Evo champion in any game, it means you can be an Evo champion in any game, you know. Doesn't matter what game it is. And I really think that there's no higher accolade that you can achieve in the community.
Your legacy at this point, to say that it's solidified would be an understatement. I know how deep your pride goes. Please let the people know exactly what you want them to be looking at when they look at MenaRD, and what message did you send by winning Evo Vegas?
Honestly, that's a great question, but I don't want people to look at what MenaRD did today. I want people to look at what we all did today. Being part of this show, is the biggest privilege of my life. And being able to perform in front of all of you just confirmed to me that we're doing something beautiful. Thank you so much.
I think for me, what's left to do in this community, it's just trying to make it better and make it a better place than what I found. But also I try to give back. And the best way I can give back is by performing, giving people something to look forward to and giving people the best Street Fighter that I can give. I believe that I am the best Street Fighter 6 player in the world, for sure. But I believe it because I have to win. Who is actually the best Street Fighter 6 player in the world, results-wise, skills-wise, it's for the people to decide. I think everybody they have great results. There's other champions, there's other people that have done things that I haven't done. And I think there's arguments to be had, and that's what, you know, makes it fun. But for me, I'm always gonna believe I'm the best because I am competing. I have to believe I'm the best, or else I'm admitting that there's somebody I can't beat.
The first player ever to win Evo Japan and Evo Las Vegas back to back. Some would say the GOAT, MenaRD.